There are 3 steam ovens in the Thermador product line: the Masterpiece Oven, the Professional Oven, and also the unique to Thermador Pro Grand Steam range. All 3 ovens share the same cooking modes. As always, the user guide from Thermador is your very best resource for really getting to know what to do in each of the modes, but we full know that when it comes to using the oven, any recipes you read are never going to reference your cooking modes or your steam oven. So today we're going to go through the modes using the Masterpiece Oven and give you some suggestions and tips and ideas for getting the most out of each mode in your Thermador steam oven. So the first mode in the oven is the Convection mode. When you turn the oven on, you're going to see the fan with a circle around it, indicating that the convection element is providing the heat source and the fan will circulate it. Now, cooking in convection is terrific. You can roast in this mode, you can bake in this mode, but always remember, if you bake in the convection mode, reduce your recipe temperatures by 25 degrees. When you bake cookies, you can use these jelly roll pans. They fit perfectly into the oven. For any other type of baking, you can use traditional cake pans, pie pans, or other baking sheets. Just make sure that they fit in the oven first. The next mode is the steam mode, and this is the mode you're going to really get excited about using. So what do you cook in steam? Well, definitely we cook grains, whether it's rice or bulgur or couscous, pretty much any grain you want. And you can also cook small pasta, like orzo pasta cooks very well in the steam oven. The rule of thumb for cooking grains is 2 parts water to 1 part grain. Here are some other foods we love to cook in the steam oven. We're big fans of steaming chicken because when we steam chicken with the bone on, we get fabulous chicken meat for salads and sandwiches, and we get chicken stock. Vegetables, of course, seafood, all of those things are very easy. We steam potatoes for potato salad. When we steam them for salad, we cook the potatoes in the perforated pan. But when we want to mash them, we really want to cook the potatoes well, so we use the solid pan with a little water. These are little tips that you'll tune into and get very comfortable with the more you use the oven. One of our big favorites is certainly eggs. When we want a couple of hard-boiled eggs, if we've got the oven going for something else, we can certainly just pop the eggs in at that time. And of course, poached eggs for breakfast is a huge favorite with us for the steam oven. The next mode in the steam oven is the combination Convection Steam mode. In this mode, we do our roasting, our baking, and our braising. Now, when we cook with convection, foods have a lot more moisture retention. When we roast things like this chicken in convection, we know that we'll get better results if we put a rack under the chicken. When the chicken's elevated, the heated air can circulate around it and it cooks the chicken from the edge to the core. If you're cooking something small like a piece of fish or some pork tenderloin, a roast that doesn't have a bone, it will be okay to cook directly on the pan. When we cook our chickens in the steam oven, we know from experience it's an hour-long process. We prefer to use the preset temperature in the oven, which is 320 degrees. We normally do that for about 45 minutes. Then towards the end of the cooking, we increase the temperature to 400, but at the same time we change the mode back to convection because we know at that point the chicken's virtually cooked. And all we want is that crisping and browning that we'll get with a higher temperature and a more dry heat. It's also a good time to slide some vegetables into the oven, so all you have to do is use your one fabulous oven to cook an amazing meal. Now, braising is a wonderful technique for cooking the less tender cuts of meat that require long, slow cooking. Follow the recipe, do your browning on the cooktop, and then put everything together in an oven-proof casserole that will fit into the steam oven and set the temperature to 300 degrees. The recipe says an hour and a half, set it for an hour and a half, and everything should be just perfect. When it comes to baking bread, the essential rule is reducing your recipe temperatures by 25 degrees so that you get even baking. Anytime you see kind of extra browning on the edges and the food isn't quite cooked in the center or set, your temperature's been too high. Try your baking in the steam oven, because not only do you have this great combination convection steam mode to cook in, you have a proofing mode to actually proof your bread dough in first. The reheating, or better named refresh mode, is one of the secret weapons of the steam oven. When foods are refreshed in a steam oven, they actually taste as though they're freshly cooked. Pizza is notoriously difficult to reheat. It's amazing how the ingredients just come back to life. And that's what the steam does. It just re-energizes or refreshes the natural juices in the food without having a drying effect. Of course, it will take a little longer, but your patience will be rewarded with a truly fantastic meal to enjoy. If you've already cooked some food and you need a little refresh, give it a few minutes in the steam oven. Oh my goodness. So the refresh mode is an easy mode to use and a very valuable tool in this oven. So for you baking enthusiasts out there, it's an amazing tool to have a proofing mode in your oven. The lowest setting on the oven for proofing is 95 degrees. So I recommend that when you're getting used to using the proofing mode, don't do it for the full amount of recipe time, because you may find that your doughs proof a little faster in this oven. But once the dough has risen and you punch it down and form your loaves, you can then slide the loaves back into the steam oven for the second rising, and then without taking the tray out of the oven, you can change the mode back to the combination convection steam, and in the time the oven heats up, your breads will start baking in no time and you'll get the fabulous crust that you're looking for. Defrosting is notoriously difficult to do, and it's something that you really should be concerned about, because it must be done very safely. So defrosting is fantastic. Just place the food in the perforated pan, have the solid pan underneath to catch the water as it drips out. But what's great about this mode in the oven is that it dissolves the ice crystals, but it doesn't cook the food at all. So when you defrost a piece of chicken or fish, it will look fresh and it will taste fresh, and the texture will in no way be impaired by the thawing process. The low temperature roasting mode or slow cooking mode in the steam oven is truly a sensational tool. This mode is designed for tender cuts of meat, and by that you can do turkey pieces, chicken, lean cuts of pork, beef, lamb. Low temperatures of 175 to 200 degrees are a perfect temperature to penetrate slowly into food. Smaller cuts of meat like turkey breasts and thighs will take approximately 1 hour. Large roasts, which I do frequently, like a large prime rib, a full prime rib will take you 5 hours. When you cook in this mode, the food will be cooked, but the exterior may not be as pleasing. So we finish the cooking either on the grill or in a hot oven. One of our really favorite ways of using this mode is actually to cook fish. If you give it a little sear on the cooktop to get a nice bit of color, and then finish it at this 200 degrees for about 10 minutes in the steam oven, you will be astounded. It does make you a star in the kitchen. Of course, your steam oven can also be used in one of the warming modes to warm a stack of plates or to hold food warm. If you plan to use these tools like your steam oven so that they support your cooking, and then you know that you can safely keep that food warm, it's a tremendous bonus. Now, there are two other features in the Thermador ovens that you'll find really, really helpful. One is favorites. Now, favorites is a terrific tool because if you perfect certain recipes and in that recipe you change modes and temperatures, give it a number, save it as a favorite, and then next time you put your chicken in, it does all those calculations for you and you don't have to come back for another hour. The other mode is the easy cook mode. Easy Cook, it's a series of pre-programmed modes. Training wheels, it's your guide. But truthfully, I encourage you, if you can cook in a saucepan, you can cook in a steam oven. Another great feature of the steam oven is that it's really easy to clean. When you finish your cooking for the day, simply empty the tank of water, take the yellow sponge that comes with the oven and put it into the evaporator dish so that it can absorb any residual water. Then you can wipe down the door and you're done. And all those inserts that you cooked with, straight into your Thermador dishwasher. It'll do a great job cleaning them. Now the sides of the oven are removable, so you can take those off from time to time. And of course it's recommended that you do run the cleaning cycle. Towards the end of the cleaning cycle, you will need to empty the tank a few times to completely flush the lines. The Thermador steam ovens have such great tools. The best way that you can really learn the tools is plan to use them. Try keeping a little notebook just to kind of remember how things went for you. And I promise you, in no time, you'll be using this oven with ease and with joy because all your food will taste so good coming out of this oven.